What makes a bad professional in this business? Whether it's a decorator, a planner. I was reading an article that if your wedding planner, doesn't answer your call for like a month or something, or if you're food tasting if he only gives you one tasting with 5 dishes and you're asking for 40 dishes, he's not taking you seriously. Like, so how can you tell if you're not getting what you want out of somebody in this space?
If he or she is not prompt, there's no excuse.
The biggest day of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have no excuse. We have to be answered. Like, we are pretty much, they can reach us at any given point of time.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you guys your phone number. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like, there have been times, for example, one of our clients, she would only... she's really this, she was a bit business, she had a very chaotic business day, like the work days. And so she, while we were finalizing on whether she was picking us or not, the first thing she said was this: I can only message or communicate between 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Very.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were completely on board with that because, hey, I mean...
Alarm clock. Yeah.
No, but but then she was sweet enough to tell us that this is when I'm going to communicate, but you can take time and like reply whenever.
Sure.
But,
okay.
Also, there were times that she would schedule our calls at that time, which is fine. I mean, I understand everybody has their work and we have to... so we have to be flexible, number one. Number two is, as a wedding planner, you need to give them a lot of options.
Yeah.
And tasting and flower sampling and food tasting, of course.
Understood.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you basically... things. So you obviously kind of do what they ask and be responsive and be friendly.
Yes.
Now,
and be transparent in your work.
Oh, for sure. I think in any work.
Work, like which is what because we kind of notice that, I mean, this wedding industry, at least the Indian wedding industry, it's huge. And we, at least our company, takes the time out to, when we give out our cost sheets or etc., we list down every single element with the price right next to it. So there are no surprises, and along with we give them the mood boards, etc., with the color palettes, and just ensuring that the client actually receives what they have asked for.
So how do you because I feel like I'm just rehashing my own wedding again, but like as guys especially, because when you go into this whole mood boards and Pinterest and flowers and decor and like, what happens when somebody comes up to you like, yeah, I want like Moulin Rouge meets Titanic meets, Game of Thrones, and you're like, oh God, like what the hell is this guy asking? Or like, and then okay, a floral mandap and some like candles. Like I'm saying, like, how do you? Because obviously, I think Steve Jobs said that the hardest thing is simplicity.
Right.
That's the most complicated. To
Definitely.
Narrow in on. You don't need 19 buttons and 18,000 things. You need this one thing that'll just do that, and you can accomplish everything, and it'll be used a lot, and people will like it. So when someone comes up to you and says, DDLJ meets Game of Thrones, meets Moulin Rouge, meets, Star Wars or whatever, and you're like, what the hell are you, like, what kind of mood board is, like, this is putting me in a bad mood board. Yeah, like, how do you work with somebody in a limited 30-minute meeting to kind of hone in on what they're trying to go for?
We try and ask a lot of questions.
Yeah. And you're just like, that sounds great. Yeah. An alien should welcome you as you come in for the wedding after your long flight.
Luckily, no, sir. But we had a very strange request. I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So we try and guide, because a lot of times the clients come with like multiple ideas. So that's where we come into picture. We try to talk to them and just to understand what their personality is and what they actually are, just to narrow down on options and reach one thing. Okay, even if it is like 2 themes together, we can do that, but like we need 2 themes and not like multiple
19
because then it
conflict and
and I know that they themselves don't want it,
Sure.
but I understand because that's not their job. Like they come with, okay, I like this from here and then this.
Yeah.
So we try to bring them, ask them questions and kind of guide them in a way to narrow down on options. And
Yeah, there was another quote, and I want to hear that story you were about to say.
Yeah.
So there's another quote, probably Steve Jobs again, that said, people don't know what they want until you show it to them. As opposed to, nobody knew they wanted an iPhone until it was made. Nobody
Right.
knew that they needed this until it just came out, and then they started using it.
Right.
So I feel in the same way, yes. Like
Right.
sometimes, whether in any industry, you have to kind of guide somebody to the answer and then let them think they got there on their own or
Right.
something.
Right.
Because ultimately, you know what's going to make a good wedding for
Right,
them.
exactly. So, basically that. So there was this one time we had a request of, okay, so the entrance must look like a red fort.
The end, like in the north,
Yeah, Delhi.
yeah. The
Lal-
north remembers Game of Thrones reference. Okay, yeah.
So he wanted the entrance to be a red fort.
Okay, this is a Bangalore wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as you enter, he
Oh Lord, she's laughing. I don't know if the video is still here, but okay, yeah.
so he wanted like a lake in between.
In the hotel, like a water body
Yeah, like a water body.
inside the hotel,
Inside, yeah.
like in a terrace area of the
No,
hotel.
so this is happening in a convention hall.
Okay, White Orchid. No. Anyways, whatever. Okay, I don't know. I'm just shouting. Okay.
So he wanted a water body that's leading up to the mandap directly.
A water body with like stones in the middle to walk on or
No,
whatever.
he's coming in a gondola.
Oh, in a convention hall in Bangalore where there's a water shortage and, all this Kaveri River and all that stuff.
And yes.
Yes. Wait, so, okay, go on. Yeah.
And he would get off there and just basically. So I'm not sure the connection between Red Fort.
Yeah. So he just wanted the entrance to look like red. Why didn't he just do his wedding in Udaipur then? Like that would have given him some bit of that,
I have
right?
no
Yeah.
idea. I'm just like
I know Red Fort is not in Udaipur. I'm just saying it would give the same vibe, right?
vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So yeah, at times it's just like So basically, in terms of design, like I'm not very
There's just like 19 water tankers outside his wedding. Like, wow, they've really thought about the guest hydration. And then they walk in and they got to swim to the mandap. Like, yeah. And then like, here's your Bisleri. Like, okay, whatever.